Tali, what's up, man? Mr. Bunny, hello. Jeepster, what's going on? Crimson Sword, and then everyone on Twitch. Jeepster, always there. Thank you. Frozen Pizza, back again. Thank you, guys. Yeah, I haven't started in line for a while. I've got an idea, so that's why I'm using line. I kind of have an idea, but like, I want to work some things out before I start painting, and so I'm doing this like hold shift and click line work. So yeah, that's about it. I actually had a couple other paintings that I was gonna just jump right into, some works in progress that I just kind of just started. They're all kind of along the same theme as this, so, but I just decided, you know, I'll just make a new composition. I've got it all, like, I've got this in my mind, but I've got a bunch of different versions of it started already, so I feel like at this point I could just go right in fresh on something new. At least this way I'll be actually a little bit more excited about it, because it is new. It's not something I was staring at before. And I guess this is about enough line work. How did I get that color wheel? It's Coolorus. Coolorus 2.5. You can download it. It's an add-on for Photoshop. I think it's $14. I think it's well worth it, even for the fact that just for the fact that the interface is really nice on it. I think the color interface is much better than the one that's on Photoshop default. For that alone, I think it's worth it. Giannis Maxin, hello. Myrtlin gives it a 10 out of 10, Coolorus. High recommendations from Myrtlin. Oh, also hi. How you doing? Thank you very much for dropping by, guys. I'm actually on time today. I just flipped this composition around. I was actually going to start painting, but now I'm realizing there's some things that aren't right about it. So nothing a little free transform can't fix. I actually don't like starting with line, but it is a good way of just sort of mapping out what you plan on doing with the painting. You know, in the world of digital painting, we don't have to do the several line sketches and value studies and color studies. We just jump right in. So. Hope you guys are doing well out there, having a good day today. Oh, you don't like starting with line either? You know, the thing is that it's really good if you're doing a lot of figures, a lot of poses and stuff. Like, that stuff's hard to figure out sometimes when you're just painting it. I'm not the best with figures, so I usually have to do like a sketch, figuring out like the anatomy and stuff, perspective of the different forms. Yeah. Since I'm going straight into color, I'm thinking a lot about what kind of mood I want for this. Might go a bit cooler with it. Cooler as in bluer. AJ, hello, how are you doing? What is the one thing I practice every day? I mean, I would have to... I mean, who's to say I practice anything every day? I practice probably different things every day. If it's a matter of what do I practice the most, lately it has... I think the thing that I've been keeping in mind the most is simplification and kind of brush strokes, brush movement. That's just what I've been thinking about lately. So those two things have been on my mind as of late. Alright. Simplifying forms, trying not to overcomplicate things, trying not to make things too noisy. And I've been really into this brush lately. Been using this brush a lot. I like it quite a bit. Is it bad to start with a sketch? I would say, well, like personally, the reason why I don't like starting with the sketch is because then I'm always fighting with the drawing later on. Because sometimes if the sketch is too detailed, like this sketch is not detailed, so no big deal, but if I go too detailed with it, then I'm fighting with it a little bit, where there's just areas where the sketch looks better than the painting, and then there's areas where the painting looks better than the sketch. So then, like, it's a process of like slightly removing the sketch here and there, or just painting over it completely, but then losing your lines, which is a little weird. So that's what I mean. I feel like my paintings are better when I have like the full confidence of just going straight in. But then the negative side effect is then sometimes the anatomy's off, perspective's off, or something's off about it, and then it's like, oh, that's because I should have done a line drawing, and I should have figured it out. And I always end up having to stop the painting, figure that stuff out, and then come back to it. I like to just go right in and paint if I have the option to, but the thing is sometimes the subject matter gets really plain. And if I want to go something like, do something that's a little bit outside my comfort zone, I'll often need a line sketch. The kind of line sketch I'm doing here, though, is just like, I don't know. It's very simple. Like, I don't really have to think much about it, honestly. Yeah, so much of it depends on your personal workflow. What do you draw when you don't know what to draw? I think what I would draw is like, I'd probably work more directly from references. And I get interested in random things at random times, so if I'm just... Usually, like, when I do artwork, I have, like, a goal in mind. It's good to have a goal of some sort. And I do get quite inspired by different references that I have. I've got a lot of reference images, or just reference images that I find while I'm working. I'll often find some pretty neat stuff and just save it to my desktop as I'm doing work stuff. If I'm at work or if I'm doing freelance work, I'll just save it to the desktop, and then when I'm looking for things to sketch, then I have all that stuff sitting there. There's usually some element of it that kind of drew me to it, so... And I think, like, working closely with reference, it gives your brain a subject matter to work from, so you don't have to think a whole lot. And when I don't know what to draw, when I don't know what to do, I like having that little head start of like, oh, this is a cool image, and then I'll start working from it, and then I'll start to diverge from it, or I'll exaggerate elements of it. And then I'll add characters in it, and I'll add a story to it, and then as soon as you know it, you got your own illustration, and you know that it's not that close to the reference, so you can kind of discard that at some point. So, yeah, good question. Yeah, it's just depends. Putting a splash of some warms in there. I'm not sure like if I want to go total like sunny kind of mood, or if I want to go total moody, foggy, cool. So I'm doing somewhere in between for now, or just putting a mix of warms and cools in there. You guys let me know if the music's too loud. What is it today? It's always trees. Always painting trees. You seem so disappointed with that. Ugh. Trees? Ugh. Do dappled lighting. Yeah, we'll see about that. One step at a time. I like to describe my process of painting as like just I'm an idiot. Okay, I need one simple thing at a time. I can't think about everything at once. I try to answer this simple questions first. Going back to front, I just want to block things in as quickly as possible. Uh-oh, Mochi's whining. One tree at a time. How am I? Doing alright. I was just kind of starting to wrap up some of the freelance work I've been doing for a while. Actually, literally, I didn't think I was going to do it today because I had to finish some stuff up with that today, but actually just before I started the stream I was finishing it up, so I think I'm in a good place with that. So other than some smaller things, I think I'm majorly done with it, which is good, just before the holiday. Can't really make any decisions about that until I start blocking in this foreground. It sort of looks like a mess right now. Like the Totoro one. Yeah, I did a similar process. Really simple loose line work process. Just to sort of like figure out the composition. Oh my god, my dog's tossing a ball around. We sometimes like stuff these little treats inside a ball, and he just like picks it up with his teeth and like chucks it across the room to try to knock the treats out. Keeps him busy for a good 30 minutes. Sequoia? Yeah. I like sequoias. A knight? Yes, a knight, maybe? I don't know. A figure, we'll say. I don't really know what I want any of this stuff to be right now, so to be decided, I guess. So I guess now that I have some things locked in. So this is the thing about the line work. I'm gonna be fighting it. So what I'm gonna do is just kind of copy it down, clip it to each layer, and just kind of flatten it and just be done with it. I don't want to mess with the line anymore at this point. Yeah, I just don't want to be precious with it. What's your take on Mobile Studio Pro? I've never used that. Unless I have. What's Mobile Studio Pro? What? It's a Cintiq tablet? I don't know. I have no idea what that is. I don't know what that is. Probably not. I guess if I used it, I would know. I would have an opinion on it, or I would know at least what it was. I don't know what it is. Put some like Ivan Earl trees in here. You're painting something for the character design challenge? Awesome. Good luck with that, man. Where's that from? Is that like a forum challenge or something? I haven't done one of those in a long time. I should probably set something up here. If there was enough people watching, maybe I would set something up here, and we could all do a challenge together, or at least a topic. I think that'd be fun. You trying to think of something Japanese for a painting? Sushi. A sushi chef. How about that? Does that help? Let's see here. Oh man, sushi sounds really good. Even though I just ate, I still have room for sushi. That's how it works. Oh, it's Facebook group? Egyptian gods. So you're doing an Egyptian god character? That's cool. I should probably have a topic for these streams. Like, I like to keep it kind of random when I can, even though it's makes it for a more difficult stream, but it's fun. And I like hearing your guys' input. And like what to add into it. I think that can be pretty fun. But yeah, I haven't really set that sort of thing up. Whoa, hey. Harrison, hello. Sake, hot or cold, dry or sweet? Ooh, I like a warm or a hot, dry sake. I can't really handle the sweet stuff, the sweet sake. It's not nearly as good. Gives me a headache. Like really sugary alcohol. Just can't do it. Dry as possible, as hot as possible. That's what I say. Dry is best. I don't you doing random things. I don't me doing random things either. Wonder if it's worth finishing your paintings if the composition and perspective is off. Well, if the composition and perspective is off, just fix the composition and the perspective, right? Not to be too blunt. But yeah, just make it right. Make that painting right. Sort of changing my mind here, as I often do. Oh, you don't mind me doing random things? Sorry. Usually when people like have typos, I can kind of interpret what they mean, but that one I was just like, yeah, I'm not sure what that means. Because I do mouth typos all the time. I say weird things, so. Yeah, random things. It's like I want to come out of this stream like somewhat satisfied. Even if it's a failure, it's like as long as it's something that was fun. I'm always pushing you. I mean, I don't mean to like push you. It's just, I don't know. The answer just seems so simple. If it's off, then fix it. So like you knowing that something's off is like, that's half of it right there. That's half of like starting to correct it. You just gotta look at something and go, oh, that's not right, and then try something else or fix it. Like, you're never gonna get things right the first time. I mean, I've got tons of paintings where I repaint an area 3 or 4 or 5, 6 times, 10 times. You know, that's just what happens. You know, you do it, and it's a better image in the end. I never regret repainting an area. I've never regretted repainting an area. Seriously. It's like no bullshit. I don't think there's ever been a time where I wasn't satisfied with something, I repainted it and said, oh no, that I made it worse. Or not necessarily made it worse, I guess, because you could do that. Because let's say you do repaint an area and you're like, shit, I made it worse. Or like you tried another idea and it's like, oh shit, that's worse. It's actually not bad, because then you've made a decision, or you've at least realized that your original idea was better. Right. So then, in each instance, the better idea rises to the top. But often what happens is when if I'm not satisfied with something, I repaint it. If the texture doesn't look right, something doesn't look right, I repaint it. I usually am pretty satisfied with the result. Like, I'm glad I took the effort to redo it. That's a fact. But if you try a different idea and it doesn't work out, which that does happen to me often, at least then you confirm that your original idea was still the best idea. You know? So, that's good. That's progress. Oh, I'm thirsty. How often do I get feedback from other artists? Every day. That's my job. My job is to get feedback, to get critique, to get... I receive it every day from my art director, people I work, clients I work for. That's pretty much the whole gig. It's like I do a thing, they say either good or that's not quite what we're looking for, or it's discussion. It's never like I do an image, I give it to him, I'm like, deal with it. It's okay. Yeah, it's never like, hey guys, here's my great image, here's the idea, you're welcome, and then I move on. Or I just strike a cool pose and walk away. It's never like that. I wish, because that'd be cool. But then I wouldn't give them the best product, and I wouldn't learn in the process, so no. When it comes to like personal work, I'd say like I rarely get feedback. I rarely search it out. I mean, once in a while I'll ask someone for critique, but that's not that often, honestly. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it's not that often. I get plenty of feedback from you guys, though. So, there you go. Every Wednesday night, I get... Sing that song from Moana. Your welcome song. I like that song. That'd be one hell of a stream. Paint something, strike a pose, say deal with it, and walk away. Yeah, I should end every stream like that. That's kind of what it is here. Because I don't have to listen to you guys. No, I kind of do. I kind of have to. You guys are basically my boss on the stream. Basically my boss. everything is really dark. Just want to lighten everything up just a smidge. I keep sampling things and I want to make things darker, and I'm kind of running out of values to make things darker, so that tells me that this whole image is a little too dark. And I kind of don't want it to be too dark right now. Thinking about maybe adding some grassy grass. Liz and Ars too, I guess you two are giving critique to each other to improve. It's not that simple when you're married to somebody and who's also an artist. It's you know, are you listening now? I mean, it's you know, we definitely give each other feedback. Sometimes you don't, sometimes you want to hear it, sometimes you don't want to hear it. Sometimes you want your significant other to just tell you everything you do is awesome and great and wonderful. And you'd rather just get critique from somebody else who's not someone you're married to. But also sometimes we give each other good critique and constructive, and it's great. It's something you have to kind of work out over time. So I don't know if it's as simple as that. Sometimes I just want her to lie to me and just tell me everything's great. What's up? Top 3 artists I learned from a lot and who inspired me the most? Oh god. Jay, hello. Frozen. This is easy. Frozen pizza. How many layers you end up when you're finished with a painting? Well, that depends, sir. Sir or ma'am, I don't know. Don't assume gender. Like a finished painting, sometimes with like a lot of photo process and stuff, that could be hundreds of layers. Could be 200 layers. Personal painting, I don't know. That's hard to say, because like it just depends so much on the painting. Like if it's a study, a sketch, like you'll see in a lot of these paintings I do for stream. I don't know, maybe 30 layers in the end. Whenever I do some new bold thing, I make a new layer, and then if I'm happy with it, I flatten it down. I don't like to keep around too many layers, honestly. Alright. 3 artists inspire me. That's tough, man. That inspired me the most. You know, I tell people that the reason why I started doing art in the first place was because of this artist named Stephen Gamble, who illustrated Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. I even still have the books at home. They're like children's haunted house stories or ghost stories. And he did these like super hyper realistic, creepy illustrations. And when I was younger, I thought they were just the coolest things in the world. So yeah, I remember starting to draw that kind of stuff when I was really little. Just terrifying my parents and my teachers and stuff. Yeah, so I'm thinking really broad, like artists that inspire me. I mean, I'm always really inspired, like Craig Mullins, when it comes to digital painting. There's so many good digital painters out there that like I'm constantly inspired by. Jamie Jones and Sergei Kolsov, and I don't know, the people I follow in ArtStation. Like that's easy, right? There's so many good artists. I think Anders Zorn is a Swedish painter that painted around similar time to Sargent, who's also one of my all-time favorites. I'm constantly looking at their artwork over and over again. This favorite artist thing or most inspired artist, it's like a hard question to answer. It's like, I look at so many artists. I could probably break it down into category. I should actually make like an FAQ or something. So whenever somebody asks me that, I could just forward them to the FAQ and then not have to answer it. It's just hard to answer. I actually did make a list because I did an interview, and I have a list. It's on my phone, I think, of all the artists. It's like 30, 40 artists. If you ask me, it's not a small list. Anywhere from like Caravaggio on, you know, it's like so many artists. The whole scary art thing started you with anime in high school? Probably hot on that DeviantArt, right? Some stuff on there is just scary. You'd like to see my creepy paintings. You don't have to look very far. Like a lot of stuff I did while I was in college and learning digital painting, a lot of those images were really dark. Everything was really dark. Not like just subject matter was dark, not just the painting itself. The value of the painting wasn't the only thing that was dark. Start figuring out what I'm going to do with this ground. I had something that was kind of elegant, but now I'm afraid I lost it. This image is quite dark. This image right now is really dark. Not sure I like that right now. You like how fast I rendered that? I don't think I did much, honestly. I think I've lost some of the integrity of the painting. Some of the integrity of the sketch, rather. I just think it's all a little too dark. Not sure what went wrong. Too much dark talk. Or maybe I was just getting excited about all the music and I was just going with it and not thinking about it. That happens a lot. Maybe it's not necessarily the values, but maybe just the unevenness of the foreground. Let's see. You know what? I think what I need to do is just start lighting it a little bit. It'll at least then give me some lighter values to kind of key off the rest of the painting. I think that's the thing I need to do next. Start thinking about the lighting. All right. Shanini, you again. Oh man. What did I do this time? Reminds me of the scene in The Hobbit where the ring race. That's, yep. Yeah, I should put some hobbits hiding underneath. I was not going for that. But I guess in some ways, Lord of the Rings is always subconsciously in my brain. Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment. At any given moment, I'm probably thinking about Lord of the Rings. Yeah, there's a lot of warmth inside trees, and you know, looking at my reference here, there's a great deal of saturated reds, and I like to start a painting with thinking about what's underneath the layers, you know, in a way, like what's the blood of the tree? Is it, really warm and red, and then that's usually where I start color choices. What's underneath? And then what kind of light is acting on it? quiet, yes. Hey, it's a good time to concentrate on this painting. I'm making big decisions right now in this painting. I'm sorry I'm not... I usually like to, while I'm painting, sort of explain what I'm thinking as I'm painting, or talk about my decisions. But I just like this music so much that I'm just kind of zoning out on the talking. Have you guys ask more questions? Schmaze! That's a name I recognize from Twitch. Good day and good morning. Good morning to you. Yeah, ask me a question. Give me something to rant about for a little while. Just nothing politics. How do you approach designing buildings? Oh, see ya, Harrison. Thanks for tuning in. How do I design buildings, like modern ones? I suppose what I would do is look up reference. Yeah, look up a lot of reference. Figure out, do a little research, figure out what kind of style building I want to do. Is it like a Richard Gere building? That's the name, right? Richard Gere? You know, is it like... Is it clean modern? Is it like the Mac Store modern? Is it like vintage modern? Is there wood? What's the materials? What's the story and context for the building? I think all those things are appropriate questions to ask. And then do some research. Feel about this now. I'm just keeping these adjustment layers up here because I think I'm gonna make the move and decide whether I'm gonna go cooler or warmer. But I'm not gonna make that move just yet, so I'm just kind of leaving it up there, going back and forth and just seeing how it looks while I make up my mind. I like it red. Thank you. You like the dark rider against the contrast of the light background? Thank you. That was completely intentional. Well, actually it was. It was totally intentional. Every decision I make is like about showcasing this central figure. Basically. So, color this light would be. I don't know. Uh-oh, Mochi's gonna start barking. Oh my god, somebody's out there. See ya, pizza. Pizza. If I should add a little bit of green in here. Also with that cool adjustment, it doesn't mean that I'm going to actually use it. It's just kind of like, I just want to see what it looks like with that added to it. And it could also inform my color choices, that maybe I'll just start painting in cooler colors. Maybe I like cool colors on the trees in the middle ground and not in the foreground. So it's like making those kinds of decisions. Can you describe the composition that that you're using in this picture? It's a really simple composition. It's, you know, nothing complicated. What time are we at? I guess, like, to break it down is, we've got some main elements. We've got like basically everything that's not the foreground, right? And the way this tree splits the composition, it's on a third. So this is being split on a third. A main element. Another main element is this other tree, the secondary tree. That's also on a third. And then where the bottom of the foreground ends, that's also on a third. Right? The top of his head kind of lands on a third as well. Everything about the composition is going to be about, you know, the detail here, and then the silhouette of the rider. Right? So I want everything to be basically about the focal point, which is going to be right here. This is the main focal point that I want you to look at. So every decision I make about the background, about the trees back there, it's all going to be converging diagonally towards the rider, towards the character. And even like some of the roots in the ground is going to kind of zigzag towards the rider and the character. The root angles are all going to eventually kind of be at this diagonal. The detail on the tree is going to kind of be at a diagonal. Everything is subconsciously going to be pulling towards the center of the painting. You know, when I put leaves and stuff in there, it'll probably be at this diagonal as well. So it's kind of an iconic composition. Iconic in the fact that it's just like the main focal point is dead center and there's the character. Like, it's pretty simple. My areas of highest detail will probably be in a ring, kind of radiating out from that. So like this tree, the roots here. I'll probably let a lot of this go back here, but you know, that's where most of the detail will sit. And the rest of the stuff would just be very loose. Like, this is all loose. So, yeah, in short, that's kind of what I have in mind. It's a very simple composition. I'm not always like consciously thinking about that stuff all at once, but it's something that I've done before. Ha! Every stream do that. But then no one would buy a Gumroad if I made a Gumroad about all this stuff. Because I would have said it all on the stream. I can't say everything on a stream. Gotta keep a little mystery. So I think like one of the things to keep in mind is that painting fast isn't really like your hand movement, it's also painting smart. It's painting with efficiency in mind. So that little breakdown I gave you, I can let a lot of things go, and I can afford to let things go because I'm focusing my details in that, like I'm focusing all my detail in this area. So I'm only worrying about the detail of this tree, the character, maybe a little bit on the ground here, and this other tree over here. And by only really detailing those areas and just kind of letting the rest of it loose, the image looks instantly good. It's instantly readable without having to like work yourself to death figuring out, you know, all the details of all the trees and all the stuff that's going on in the background. Like that, it just becomes monotonous. So yeah, I don't know. Something to keep in mind. My values are really, really crap. So, custom shapes, yeah, I think that's something that's gonna be, like if I do a Gumroad, that's gonna be the first one that I'll do. Because I have all these custom shapes and I have a reason for each. So I would make a Gumroad, throw those in there, and then have a spiel about all that stuff and do a painting. So even the way that I'm putting these trees down, I'm putting them down at a sort of a diagonal pattern. Everything is like subconsciously drawing your eye to the central figure. Or at least I'm trying to. I should even kind of warp it down a little bit. Well, just like brushes, your custom shapes are just something you have to work with and get used to. And the more you use it, the more you kind of realize what kinds of shapes you use in certain situations, and what kinds of shapes are not worth it or not good in certain situations. And you just kind of learn your own tendencies. Just like this brush set that I use, that I have on Gumroad, is like, I've been using it for years and years, and even still, even recently, like I'm discovering new uses for each of the different brushes, and I don't know, just kind of learning new uses for it and getting to know it, even though I've had them for a while. And some of the brushes in the set that I don't use that often, I'm like kind of rediscovering them. Or I'm making tweaks and adjusting them a little bit. So for this situation, I'll adjust it this way. And those are leaves. What I want to do... is maybe do some more leaves in the foreground. Not sure about that. Nah. You use the rectangle brush a lot? Yeah, that's a good one. I do use it a lot too. It's a good sketching brush. I don't know how you're moving your pen to do it. Oh, you mean move the direction of the brush? Chris Morris. Hello. Hey man, I did get your email, but I've been like, as you guessed it, super busy. And I haven't had a chance to respond. In fact, I was like, just before the stream, I thought maybe I wasn't going to be able to do it I just finished up some of the freelance stuff I was doing, so... Oh, yeah. So I'll get to you as soon as I can. Oh, it wasn't you? It was another Chris. Oh, it was another Chris, actually. Sorry about that. Another Chris who goes on this stream a lot. He's not here right now. I just remembered who it was. No, it's not him. Yeah, never mind. Another guy. That's how crazy it's been. Yeah, keep fighting on that painting. Keep fighting the good fight. You want to try drawing with your arm? It's a good idea. Yeah, if you're drawing, it's good practice to draw with your entire arm. I'd recommend it. The tablet is so damn small. Get a bigger tablet. Or draw on paper, right? You don't have a sketchbook? I have hundreds of sketchbooks. I don't really draw in a sketchbook that often. pretty much just when I'm out. But I have lots and lots of sketchbooks. I also have lots of empty sketchbooks too. Thank you. RRR. I do draw. Draw traditionally, not super often. Lately, I've been very busy, so not much, honestly. I normally I would be, if anything traditional, it would be painting in gouache and watercolor. Just haven't done it like kind of recently because of things, because of IRL things. Lots of IRL things going on. So I'm definitely going to this weekend and next week because I'm gonna be away. I'm gonna be on vacation. So um, I'm gonna be painting probably a little bit here and there. I'll be away from the computer, so yeah, I'll be definitely bringing my gouache and watercolor. I have a pretty nice plein air set, painting set, so I like to use that whenever I get the chance. But yeah, just been busy. 10 tons of buns. 10 tons of buns. Am I drawing a tablet or a Cintiq? I'm painting on a Cintiq. No stream for next week. That's it. Um, so yeah, definitely no next week. But the week after, I should be back on a schedule of some sort. Who knows? Maybe since I'm nearing the end of all the freelance work, I'll do a Saturday or Sunday stream. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Things are going on. Things are happening, so I might not be able to do that. But I really would like to do like a Sunday or Saturday early stream because yeah, I just got more energy then. I'm fresh on the coffee, so It's a lot easier for me to just crank something out. I could do it probably a lot faster than like today, just 'cause like worked all day. And the music stopped. Please share it on Instagram. Oh, the you're talking about the landscape painting, like the gouache and stuff? Yeah, we'll see if it's good. Well, not if it's good, if it doesn't suck. How about that? What happened to your plein air painting series? Did you get bored of it? Oh, the Google Street View. Oh yeah. Um, I'll get back to it. I'll get back to it. Would you mind turning on your toolbar on for Steam? I don't know what that is. Sorry. I'm like, oh, turn toolbar on for the stream. I'm not sure what that means. Oh, do you mean like the toolbar in Photoshop? Nah, man, I never use that. I thought you were saying something specific about like the stream window or something. I didn't know what you were talking about. I think you're talking about the toolbar. No, I don't ever use that. Pretty much all I'm using is the brush tool anyways, and then selection, you guys can see that happening, so it's not, you're not really missing anything by not having that up. Trust me. It would just be blocking some of the painting, and who wants that? Stream your vacation? If I'm look, uh, you first of all, you don't want to see that because honestly, it's not a vacation. I'm going back to see my family. That's the truth. It doesn't feel like a vacation. I'm going back to Cleveland. Cleveland. Yeah, I would only go back there just because my family's there. That's about it. Yeah, I'm happy to see them. I haven't seen them in 2 years, so I need to get back and say hello. It's been 2 years. It's a long time. I feel bad. Yeah, the virtual plein air stuff. I do want to get back into that. I did have an idea for a project, but like literally that like freelance dump that I got recently just kind of threw me off my game. I don't know what's going on. And I suppose I could keep doing that for streams, but like I'm always in the mood of for something different. I get bored of things really fast, so yeah, maybe it's just a mix of being bored and whatever. Uh, yeah, I'll get back to it for sure. Ahmad Eldori. Oh, hey man. Oh my god, dude. Oh yeah, you were at CCAD. Holy shit. That was like, oh my god, how many years ago? Yeah, you dropped out of CCAD. Smart move, by the way, um, to go to Art Center, which I'm sure you loved, but probably more in debt. uh, And I remember that was like, because I think I was a year above you, or at least two. And that was the year like all of us were deciding, like, oh my God, we should drop out too. We should just all drop out. But it was like, we never did. And then senior year came around, we still never dropped out. And it's just like, all right, might as well finish now and get our little piece of paper. And now I tell everybody never to go to art school, so it worked. Yeah, you're with Alex Alvarado. Yeah, Alex is great. Yeah, he's doing well. I haven't seen him in a long time. I think he was like working with Disney at some point, or still is. I'm not sure. You know what, Emperor? I like it when you annoy me. Sometimes you're the only one talking. But yeah, good to hear from you, Ahmed. Yeah, it's been a long time. Hey, dude, do you go to CTN at all? Do you go to any events around LA? Oh, thanks, man. Thank you. It's always a mixed bag on the stream because I'm still not. I don't think I'm used to painting in front of people like this. I get like, I don't know. It's hard to like look at the chat and then also paint and think about what the hell I'm doing. So oh, brainstorm. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Yeah, James wanted me to teach a class with them over there, but I'm like, I'm not gonna drive to Burbank every weekend because I live in Carlsbad. I don't live in LA proper, so that would be like a 2 hour drive. I was like, no. Plus, I just quit teaching, and I'm just like, I'm kind of done with teaching for a little bit because I want to learn for a while and just stream and make videos and learn more. And um, yeah, so I was just like, it's bad timing. But I hear a lot of good things about Brainstorm. Like, if you guys could go to LA or be in LA and you want to take classes, I think Brainstorm sounds really good. I always hear a lot of great things from the students that go there, unlike some other schools I hear about. That won't be named, Tali. I won't name it. Yeah, it's a long drive. All right, man. Get back to work. See ya. I don't really go to SIGGRAPH. I've never been. Never been. That's like a lot of. That's a lot of animation stuff, right? I don't know much about it, honestly. I think it's animation. One, I did want to go to school for animation. I'm just gonna restart this soundtrack, guys, because it's so good. I'll probably get flagged for all kinds of copyright. Let's work on this character a little bit. It's just kind of boring right now. Better put a splash of red in there somewhere. Oh, you're part of a club at your school? Yeah, it's a lot of 3D there. Red Riding Hood all grown up. You know what? She wears red. But I was thinking of going like yellow. I don't know why. Just cuz. Not really yellow, but like an ugly yellow color. "3D? Ew." That's your response. Quit hating on the 3D, you know. One day, like, all concept jobs are just gonna be 3D. Like, you wait and see. Every concept art is just gonna be a 3D modeler. When the technology is so that, like, the tools are so user-friendly, and you can drop those art tools and art assets directly in game and be game ready. When that day comes, every concept artist will be a 3D modeler. It's true. I think we have a little bit of time before that happens. You know what, though? The thing is, like, the fundamentals will always be the same. Because, I mean, I'm kind of like that, too. I'm like, that doesn't sound fun. But you still have a knowledge of fundamentals, right? And I think that's most important. Being a good, like, designer, being a good, like, visual designer, a good painter, will help you no matter what the program is that you're working on. You just learn a 3D program, and getting over, like, how to deal with the program, how to use the program. Once you get past that stage, then all your traditional fundamental knowledge starts to kick in, and that makes you a better modeler. Like, the best modelers, like, in the game industry, honestly, are the ones that have, like, really solid drawing fundamentals, and you can see it. Like, their work is, like, people that can both paint really well and understand illustration and design and composition and all that stuff, all those fundamentals, and then also can 3D model. They make the best stuff. Like at Bungie, Dorje, he's that guy, right? He's very innovative with his use of 3D, but he's also just a really good painter and really understands that stuff. So his concept work for Destiny and stuff is, like, always amazing. It's like, it's always really good. So and yeah, there's other artists, but Dorje's, I think, is, like, the #1 example of that. And they're skybox artists. Mark Goldsworthy is also one of those people. Like, he's a really good painter, and he makes, like, the best guys. Like, if you guys remember, like, all the skies from I know you weren't even talking about 3D, but yeah, I'm on a rant. But yeah, if you ever seen the skies for any Bungie game, like Destiny or Halo, is basically one guy did all that, and that's who Mark is. He is a team all on his own. You don't like the yellow? Oh, too bad. Deal with it. Strikes a pose, walks away. Dream job. End scene. Do I have a deadline for... Sorry, Schmaze, I missed that comment. When was that? That was a while ago. Sorry. Do I have a deadline for the freelance stuff? Not really. I mean, it's like... I'm helping out on a movie project, so it's like... It could be... I had a set goal of images to do for them. I did them. We'll see. Sometimes they'll come back with like they'll want something like a small change because a story changed or whatever, and I'll do that. I would say like majority of my commitment has been done, but you never know. There could be could come back with more stuff. That's usually a good sign because that means I like it. So. We'll see. It was fun. Hello from Turkey, Ilker. How are you doing there in the land of Turkey? How's the quality of the stream, guys? Do you think it's okay? Maybe I could raise the bitrate. Last time I did that, last week I had it a little higher and it got a little laggy for some people. But I wonder if like the quality has taken a dip. Oh, there was a cyber attack, so I could probably raise the bitrate a little bit. I know it's a little bit better quality that way. Let's try it. You guys let me know if stuff starts to screw up. I'm getting flashing green, yellow, red. Uh-oh, I don't know. That might be bad. Alright. Bad idea. I'm getting flashing reds. Bad idea. Let's go back to 2000. Oh. Okay, experiment failed. Yeah. I don't understand, because I was doing 2500 for a while. Did the brushes change? Adding a new brush named 825. Oh, yeah, I have. So in one of the streams, one of the earlier streams, it was the painting I did of Uganda, I think. I made a brick brush. So, yeah. So look at one of the earlier streams on YouTube. And I made a brick brush, and that's what that's from. So check that video out if you're curious on how I made it and all that. I was making brushes for that one. Alright. What do horses look like? I don't really have any reference. Oh. I kind of know how the what's it called? The harness, or whatever the thing is that the horse wears. Saddle and all that. I know how that connects. Have you guys ever ridden a horse before? Bridle! There it is. Sorry guys, it's late for me. When you were 8, you rode a horse? It's really uncomfortable, for guys especially. I don't recommend it. So you see, like in the cowboy movies and the old westerns, when they're riding horses really fast, just like, God, oh, it seems so painful. Horses are amazing, but I don't really want to ride one. Boy, I screwed that layer up bad. Yep, that's kind of a horse. That's sort of what a horse looks like. I wanted to keep it a little simple and polygonal for this painting. At least as a sketch. It's 4 p.m. in Australia. It's good time. Shouldn't you be at work? Or are you at work? I don't know if I get that many viewers from Australia. I mean, I don't get many to begin with, but... 8 a.m. in Poland? Well, good morning. What does a horse eye look like? Oh, questions. I don't know what a horse's eye looks like. Mean. Horse's eye is small. Yeah, but there's a socket, right? You know what? I'm not even gonna try it. I'm gonna keep it simple. Simple as fuh. I gotta put some subsurface scattering in here. Nothing gets me more excited than a little bit of subsurface scattering in the ear. Nothing more exciting than that. Just brings the whole thing alive. Just makes the whole thing feel alive. We've got holidays. So do we next week. Says at least 23 people. Yeah, all right, that's cool. I'm glad every person is watching. Really am. Oh, you're still in high school. So you have the summers off, huh? I imagine it's so hot in Australia that you take the summers off because it's too damn hot to go outside. You'll literally die if you go to school. What is subsurface scattering and how do you paint it? Come on, you know what it is. Oh, that's right, it's winter there. I knew that. I knew that. Well then, Merry Christmas. Just kidding. I know. Must be entertaining for you guys talking to someone with half a brain while they're painting. What's the story name? Is this a series painting? No, it's just something I made up for today, just right now. I just sort of made it up for the stream tonight. Yeah, for the streams I like to just start something new. Try to get something in the books within a couple hours, or 3 hours sometimes. There might be I don't know. I mean, I've certainly done some paintings where there's a hooded figure on a horse in the forest. I'm sure you've seen the painting yourself several times. And I'm sure there are stories that go along with those characters. I don't have anything in mind, to be honest. Typically, I like to just sort of invent my own story as I'm working on it, and yeah, just kind of just start with something generic and then try to put a twist on it, or try to add something to it, or make up a story. We haven't really been thinking about a story for this one, maybe just because of the nature of this particular painting. It's very kind of generic. That the story just kind of writes itself at this point. We've done hooded. You know what? We've done hooded figures on horses in the forest on this very stream a couple weeks ago, or more than a few weeks ago, and we made a story about that. Kind of crowdsourced the story. The procession, the funeral. We were talking about death. It was very dark. It was a very dark stream. But we haven't really thought of anything for this character yet. Good night, Shanini. Was that the Dark Crystal one? No, that was before that. I don't know. I can't really remember how many weeks ago that was. She's in exile, escaped to the forest. She's a Lannister. Game of Thrones coming back on pretty soon. It's past midnight and you're in Colorado. Yeah, it's gonna be midnight here soon. West Coast time. Yeah, we talked about the suicide forest in Japan on the stream. And I was saying that the Totoro painting, the dark story, the dark backstory. And then I started painting a funeral procession in the forest. And that's, yeah. I do want to go back to that painting and kind of finish it up. Just like make it look a little bit better. I suppose I could probably take a lot of these paintings that I've done and just sort of finish them up. But every time I start a stream, I'm like, I want to do something different. I want to do something random. And not actually finish anything. Oh my god, aren't there legs? I gotta put legs on this person. Oh boy, where do the legs go? The legs are somewhere under there. Mead tree, thank you. The art flower, hello. How are you doing? You work? You actually have a job? Whoa, amazing tree. Thank you, man. I like trees. I work at Taco Bell. Ooh. What's your favorite Taco Bell item? What's your favorite thing to order at Taco Bell? So you work at every Taco Bell. We'll just come visit and you'll probably be there. No Stickman? Nah. It's Horseman. Just a horseman. Or woman. Don't assume gender. Oh. The composition question. I did go over the composition for this. Okay, stay tuned. Maybe at the end, if you remind me at the end, I'll go over it again. Just for you. Otherwise, if I completely forget, I apologize. But it will be on the recording. And I talk about why I put that tree where I put it. So, sorry if, yeah. Sorry, not sorry. But I did talk about that. And this grass sucks. Nobody likes bad grass. Those greens are very pretty. Thank you. I like green. I respond to every compliment with thanks. I like X. I like that thing. Not sure that's a good solution for the grass. Not happy about it. I do have my corny grass brush here. I could use that. So maybe that's actually not a bad idea. I mean, I did make it after all. I should probably use it. Plus it blocks the figure's eyeline so your soul stays trapped in the painting forever. So there's some truth to that. Back in the day, they did think that artists were given superpowers, so soul trapping ability would have to have been part of that. If only that was still the case. I guess some people think that doing artwork or being an artist is like... Oh, do you know what irritates me the most is when people say, "You're so gifted," or "You've got such a gift." Nothing irritates me more than that. I mean, a lot of things irritate me more than that, but that definitely irritates me a lot. Because when they say it like you have a gift, it's like that shit was given to you. It's like, no, I worked at it. And you could too, if you were so motivated. Gift. I hate that. Urgh. Just thinking about it makes me grit my teeth a little bit. Schmei's random question. Would a beekeeper be a quartermaster on a pirate ship? Or are those two different things? Would a bookkeeper be a quartermaster on a pirate ship? I don't know. What does the community say? I don't. My knowledge of Victorian era. What am I going for? Victorian era nautical employment is beyond me. I don't really know anything about that. What I'm trying to say is I know nothing about pirates, and I don't know why you're asking me that. That's a weird question. Maybe somebody else can help you. I guess it's anything is better than who's your favorite artist. So I'll take that question. Yes. That's your answer. Think on the bright side. No matter how good you get, you could always get better. That's true. There's a lot of truth to that. You still say that custom shapes are magic? Lol, not like you. I fought through rage quitting 1,000 times and put countless hours into learning. What do you mean not like me? Yeah, I did too. Of course. You think all this just comes easy? I mean, I've got a long way to go, guys. Long way to go. I've been doing this a long time. I feel like I should be better than where I am now. That's the sad part. For the amount of hours that I spent. It's crazy. It's crazy. Your dad is a bookkeeper and wants you to draw a pirate poster. So it's a pirate poster about bookkeeping? Did they have scrolls? See, I don't even know. Yeah, maybe they had scrolls. I don't know. They probably had books then, right? Surely. But you have to put a quill, like a feather, crow quill feather, and ink in there. I think that's important. Anga, see you later, man. Have a great day. Pirates are super organized with bookkeeping. I mean, they had to have been. They've got so much loot. Those bajillion hours are so blessed, so gifted. Thing is like, okay, thanks, I guess. And also, if you spent as much time as I did, you'd probably be in the same position as me. You probably could be able to draw and paint and do all this stuff. It's like, you just gotta work at it. For some reason, I had the delusion in my mind that I wanted to do this. And that is why I'm standing here today. I'm sitting here. I'm actually sitting. And people don't understand that. That it's like you put hours into it, you work at it. It wasn't given to you. You weren't born with it. I mean, I think some people, like, I think there's some argument to be made that, like, some people could be born with, like, a photographic memory, or, you know, maybe they have some cognitive superiority that helps them being a good artist. But even that doesn't even matter. I don't know, I guess to a certain extent, even that doesn't matter, so scratch that thought. Hey man, we're all gonna get there one day. Beta K, yes it is lots of practice. Standing stream challenge? I would do it if I had a standing desk. I would stand, of course. Okay, everybody wants this to be Red Riding Hood, sure, fine. Let's do this. Let's copy all that. Alright. There, it's red. There you go, just for you, schmaze. I feel like Kim Jong-gi has a photographic memory. That may be true. I don't know. I don't know, I was really into the idea that's yellow, so... I think the reflected color would still be that sort of green. Greenish. I guess you guys can convince me to do whatever, as long as like 2 or more people are asking for it. You're 19, you're having a midlife crisis. You can't imagine living another 19 years having done as little as you've done. I'm sure you'll at least do twice as much as what you've done since you turned 19. I think that those are pretty good odds that you'll do at least as much as you did. I will say, being 19, I'm sure you have a lot of time to figure stuff out, so one day at a time. I think I've been having a non-stop midlife crisis for the last couple years. Especially this year. Oh man. It never ends. Flip this around. Rough year? No. No, I wouldn't say that. No, not a rough year. It's just, I don't know. I'm just... So what's like, what I would think of like a midlife crisis is not necessarily that things are going wrong, it's just you're like, it's just one of those moments where you're kind of rethinking what you're doing currently, like hey, maybe you want a career change, or maybe you just need a good change in your life where you start rethinking your day-to-day, and could things be better than where I'm at currently, you know. So it's nothing about like wrong. It's just that yeah, you just start to think about like, how can I improve my current situation? And yeah, and I've been thinking about stuff like that. Medtree does not make mistakes. Guys, he does not make mistakes. Yeah, at 19, man, I don't know what the hell I thought I was. I didn't know who I really was. You do a lot of growing up in your early 20s. I would say, like, it wasn't until my late 20s, you know, which wasn't that long ago for me, did I start actually realizing who I am. For better or for worse, you know, for good things and for not so good things. There's things about your character that you don't really realize until later. And then you either think, well, should I change that? Or you go, you know what, that's who I am. It's not killing anyone, it's fine. I'm not actively hurting anybody by being, you know, like quirky things, you know, it's not a big deal, but also some things that are you know, are a bit more serious. So you try to adjust, or you just like understand the kind of person and the kind of people you want around you. I think that's a big thing too. You realize like what kind of friends you actually want. What kind of interactions you actually want. What do you actually want to do with your career? Because like so much of like high school and then college, you're kind of just going with the group in a lot of ways. And you'd be surprised, like as you get older, how much of that, even though you've been out of college, you've been out of high school, how much that stuff actually affects you still. And sometimes it can be a negative thing, like if you were picked on a lot, you know, throughout high school or something, you start to realize as you get older how that stuff is actually still bothering you in a way, and you just can't let it go. How you have some like, you know, maybe some insecurity issues or something like that. Those are just random examples. I don't know. Timothy Rap. Thank you so much. Thank you. I like brushes. Yeah, when you're 20, the most intense and formative years. Yeah. I did a lot of philosophy classes when I was in college. I was way into Western philosophy. And I think that was like super formative for me. Like I got way into it and I started reading a lot of Nietzsche and Kant and modern philosophers and stuff. And yeah, I was way into that. And it really, yeah, that was a big change for me. Like my worldview. And that was early 20s when you're in college. I think it's a good time to like learn and explore and figure things out. But then, like I said, even like being in college, you do realize you are just kind of going with the flow of your friends, or you know, there's other outside influences. I think you really start to understand who you are as a person when you're out of college, you moved away, and you're doing a fresh start at like a new place that's completely unfamiliar. When you move to a new place where you don't know anybody, you quickly start to understand who you are as a person, and how other people are, and what you're looking for, and dating and relationships. Like that's where that stuff starts to solidify. I don't know, at least that's kind of how it was for me, and that's, you know, other people I've talked to is kind of the same thing. You learn very quickly how to move on with things and not let things get to you. Yeah, MedTree made all the brushes, like literally all of them. I paid him like 20 bucks and he just did it, and I said thank you, now I'm gonna take all the credit for it, sucker, and I ran away. Got 20 bucks. Hey man, it's a good price. It's a good price for me. I'm gonna put this in a group. It's just archive at this point. I've got my new character with the red. I'm gonna keep that and put a little smoke behind him. Her, I don't know. Yeah, just kind of help separate them from the background. So I'm kind of doing some, since I'm going to wrap this up in a minute here, I'm just going to do some finishing, not finishing, but just a little bit of polish moves here and there, just to get this thing to come together. What mic am I using? This is just Logitech headset. Why is it bad? Should I get a new mic? Nila, thank you. Lack of eyes creeps you out. Well, once I start putting eyes in there... you know what? Here. I'll do one of these things. Since I don't know what horse eyes look like, maybe I'll just give him one of these things. Whatever they're called. Like a horse mask. I don't know what they're called. Lacking terminology. Maybe it's creepier now. Horse armor? It's like a little head thing that... how does that work? I'm trying to think. They have different uses. It's a piece of headgear that keeps... It blocks their peripheral vision, so they only focus on walking straight, and they don't get distracted by things that are left and right of them. The horses in New York City, like in Central Park, they always have them on there, and it's kind of depressing. They're called blinders? Yeah, that makes sense. Why don't you post these on ArtStation? Because I'm lazy and busy and I haven't even looked at ArtStation in a long time. I will. I'll get around to it. Like, now that I'm done with the... Well, sort of done with the work. Should have more time now. I'm really bad at posting on ArtStation. There's just too many things. I'm always on Instagram, so it's so much easier posting there that I just kind of only post there. Blinders? Yeah, blinders sound like it. Hannibal mask? Yep, I like that. Dark foreground and sunlit grass. Yeah. Yeah. How do you switch from layer to layer so quickly? So my move tool, if you go to move tool, like hit V, and then check this box that says auto select. So it'll auto select, make sure it's on layer, not group. It'll auto select the layer. So since I have my layers sort of organized, let's get rid of that. I can just kind of click with the move tool, and when you're brushing and you hit the control or command key and you click, that'll select a layer. It'll go to your move tool from the brush, and then I'm able to just kind of like bounce around just by selecting the layer, just by clicking it. So sometimes when I'm painting, you'll see me do this sort of thing where I go like that. That's just like, this is just so like just want to see what layer I'm on. So I kind of slide it just to make sure I'm on the right layer. So that's how I do it. Alright. Got the blinders on. Pushing the colors a little bit with the overlay. I want to bring in a lot of worms around in between the trees, kind of around the focal point, and then go really cool elsewhere around the outsides of the painting. Ooh, are you posting? Get ready, guys. Lynn is posting something on Instagram. Do it. It looks awesome. You should do it. Overlays are the fun part. Yeah, that's pretty fun. It's pretty fun. Yeah. Did you do it? Oh, come on. Just post it. Well, you should get on Instagram. It's awesome. It's good. It's like the only, it's like where I watch or look at the most amount of art is on Instagram. That's so sad. I don't go on ArtStation. I just look on Instagram for all my art. These little 2" by 2" squares. That's how I like to. That's how I prefer. Yeah, I like looking at it on my phone. Something wrong with society today. They're posting your Instagram right now. Yeah. They're posting links to your Instagram right now. Yeah, it's happening. Because I really like what you just did right now, and I want others to see it. I want to get their live reaction. Is Instagram safe? Yeah, it's safe. What are you talking about? It's owned by Facebook. It's super safe. F5, F5, F5. She's making us all wait. It's gotta be perfect, guys. Do you paint sci-fi art? Yes, every day for work. Yeah. That's why I paint this kind of stuff on stream, at home. Some of it, like, everything I do is, like, for personal work, is usually a response to the stuff I have to do for work. So, my work stuff right now is all sci-fi stuff. Like, all my work, the genre is sci-fi, so all my personal work right now is kind of not sci-fi. And then when I was working on Elder Scrolls stuff, like, I was doing a lot more sci-fi personal work. Just kind of how that works out. I never want to do the thing I spent all day at work at home. Plus I get bored easy, and I want to try different things. Alright. What time is it? Alright guys, that's gonna do it. Not too much more. I mean, I could probably spend a lot more time polishing this. Yeah, I'll put some margins in there, just to make it all HD-ified. Cinematic widescreen. And this is my signature right now. Red Riding Hood all growed up. Max, good morning. No Mochi today? I don't know where Mochi is. Mochi's like... Did you post it? Guys, she posted it. She posted it. Lin Chen Art on Instagram. Oh my god, she posted it. want to see. There. I'm liking it. Oh, you put process in there too. Awesome. So good. Corgi and bacon. So good. Okay. Everyone says it looks awesome. Bacon bender. Bacon bender. This painting turned out good. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thanks for joining in, guys. Yeah, I mean, I could definitely spend some time like working out some stuff in here. I think like I don't know, the color is not quite there. It's not quite unified. I could do some. There's some cheesy things that I could try to do. You go to color balance, and like you push the warms or something like that, and then you you hit this little mask thing, and then you hit color range. You can select a color range that it'll only, like the color balance will only affect that color range, like I'll put a mask on it. So you can do some kind of after the fact color correction. You can get a neat effect with that. I might play with that a little bit. Just do color balance again. It's actually a neat way of just adding in some color. Or intensifying the color range. It looks kind of bad. Here, I'll get Mochi. Come here, buddy. Oh, Oi. Oh god, he's so noodly. Oh. Here, buddy. Alright, we gotta go. See you guys later. Thanks for joining in. Ugh. No stream next week. At all. I'll be out of town. But the week after, I'll be back. Alrighty. See you, Tolly. See you, Emperor, Crimson, Max, Pikayu, Schmaze, Jeepster. You guys are the best. See you in a couple weeks.